Hi all. Today I'm going to be doing a video. It will be my thoughts on 2010 to 2014. Now, this was an influential part of my growing up years, I'd say. I was 5 to 10 in those years, technically. Now, I remember these years pretty clearly, I'd say. I'm gonna start with 2010. I'm not gonna do 2005 to 2009 though, because I was like a baby for most of it. So and I only really clearly remember 2009, honestly. In 2008 and 2007, I don't really remember much. I'm gonna be honest. Anyways, I'll start with 2010. So it was like my kindergarten, first grade time, I guess. There was the Bieber fever that started with the song Baby by Justin Bieber, which honestly, I don't like that song. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of cringe. YouTube was really good though, but they removed star ratings that year, which I don't like. What else happened in 2010? It still felt very 2000s, I'd say. Very late 2000s, to be exact, I'd say. 2010, what else? I got like SpongeBob cards from Picture Day in 2010. What else? Oh yeah, I remember Planet Sheen premiering. I didn't like it, honestly. I think honestly, this was like one of the last years before things went fully, PC and shit. YouTube was still really good at this time, I'm gonna be honest. There was Tobuscus, Ray William Johnson, Smosh, you name it. You had a lot of good YouTubers back then. What else in 2010? Oh yeah, Toy Story 3 premiered in 2010. I remember we went to the movie theater to see Toy Story 3. And I can't believe I used to like Harry Potter. I don't anymore though. It's because it goes against my religion. It has witchcraft in it. So I can't really watch it anymore. Yeah. Anyways, what else? 2010. Oh yeah, Mario Galaxy 2 comes out. I remember playing the shit out of that game. This was the year before I got the Wii though. So 2010, I most likely only had like a DSi or whatever. TV is still good in 2010, I'd say. Oh yeah, I remember Flapjack and Chowder, watching that when I was like 5, 6. Those were good times, honestly. Okay, also regular show premieres a little later in the year. So now we're on to 2011. Probably my most memorable year, in my opinion. So Rio comes out. Fucking love that movie. If you don't remember Rio in 2011, I don't think you're an early 2010s kid. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, also Angry Birds Rio, I remember. But I would say 2010 was like one of the last years before smartphones fully took over. 2011 as well, I'd say. 7th birthday, I went to Chuck E. Cheese and they still had the old logo, which was awesome. The Avenger Chuck logo, if you remember that, and I guess nostalgia set at that point. What else in 2011? YouTube was still great, I'd say. It felt like everything was peaking in that year, I'd say. Summer 2011 was the best though. I miss that summer so much. My gosh. I remember in summer 2011. Summer 2010. I went to my cousin's. I've already mentioned that. Also in summer 2011, me and my cousins went to New York City. I remember. It was back when they had Toys R Us and shit. Yeah, I used to live in Long Island. So like east of New York City. What else? Um, in 2011. Well, Steve Jobs died that year, but I don't really remember that much. I was like only like 6 or 7 years old, so yeah. I do remember in 2011 though, less people had smartphones back then. Yeah, kids actually talked to each other back then. Unlike now. I remember in those old days, you know. I mean, still most of them, well, not most of them. Still some of them do that, but I feel like back then it was more often though. Yeah, because this was before smartphones fully took over our lives, I'd say. Um, 2011. What else? Oh, I forgot to mention. I mean, this unfortunately happened in 2010. The Arab Spring, which really fucked up my dad's country in 2011. Yeah, summer 2010 I went to Syria. In 2011 summer I went to Abu Dhabi, I think. What else? In 2011, I miss a lot. I don't know. I just missed the atmosphere of the early 2010s. It was much better. Much better than now, honestly. Okay. Also, Batman Arkham City releases in late 2011. And in late 2011, I get my Wii. Very late, honestly. I should have gotten it in like 2009, honestly. But I mean, it's still Wii era. Up till like the first half of 2012, I'd say. So, what else? Other than that, like, yeah, 2011 was a great year, I'd say. Anyways, let's go on to 2012. That was the peak of my childhood, I'd say. Well, it depends, I guess. Like, if we go by minorhood, my peak childhood would be 2014. If you go by the 3 to 12 definition, it would be 2012. I go by the 3 to 12 definition because those are like my more formative childhood years. Especially 5 to 12, I'd say. Anyways, what else? I'm trying to think. 2010s, 2012. Okay. So what I don't like about 2012 is a lot of shit starts to modernize a little bit. Like, I think this is the year Doritos changed its logo, or was it 2013? I don't remember. But I remember in 2012, what happened? This is the year when smartphones really started to take off, I'd say. And my old elementary school closed down, I remember, in mid 2012. What else? Besides that, I mean, TV is still good. This is probably like the last full year, in my opinion, where Cartoon Network is pretty good, honestly. Yeah, after that, it goes to shit, I'd say. Disney, I mean, it was better back then, yeah. What else? I'm trying to think. In 2012. I forgot in 2011 that Gumball premieres. I remember that. I was like 6 when it premiered, so I remember that. 2012, oh yeah, Gravity Falls comes out, I remember. What else in 2012? YouTube is still golden, I'd say. I would say this is the last year where YouTube is golden, in my opinion. The golden age of YouTube, in my opinion, is 2005 to 2012. 100%, not debate. That's it, yeah. So, yeah. I'm not really gonna mention any Harry Potter shit, because I don't watch that anymore for religious reasons. Anyways, in 2012, oh yeah, Angry Birds Space came out, but I don't know. I think Rio's better, in my opinion. What else? besides that? 2012. Kind of like not as good as 2011, but oh yeah, the Wii U comes out. But I'm gonna be honest, the Wii's better. The Wii's way better. The Wii U era started in like late 2012, I'd say. I don't know. It's not as good as the Wii. It didn't really last long. I'd say it lasted till like 2017. This is probably the last full year of the 7th gen, I'd say, safely, because 2013 was a game changer year. This is probably the first year where smartphones are more apparent, I'd say. But yeah, 2012 is still good. Not as good as 2011, but maybe better than 2010. I don't know. Anyways, on to 2013. Now, 2013 was a hit or miss year, I'd say. I would say this is the year like shit really started to go downhill. I'll tell you why. So Teen Titans Go premiered. Did not like it. Sucks ass. Steven Universe premiered. You already know my opinion about Steven Universe if you watched the other video. I do not like that show. I used to because I was a kid when it released. That's why. So, unfortunately, it's part of my childhood, but I don't like it. I would consider myself more of a regular show kid, honestly. Anyways, what else in 2013? Oh yeah, this is the end of the 7th gen in the first half of 2013. No, actually, it was starting to end in 2012, I'd say, because in 2012 the Wii U released, which is part of the 8th gen, not the 7th gen. So in a way, it kind of started in 2012. Oh yeah, 2012. I remember the 2012 election. Obama won that. I don't like Obama. That's just my opinion. That was the first election I remember, actually. What else? In 2013. Oh yeah, this was the end of the PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii era. This was the era where the Wii U, Xbox One, and PS4 really took over, I'd say. Well, not really, but started to. Especially in the second half of that year, I'd say. So I would say, like, maybe first half 2013 has some 2000s vibes, but after that, not really. It's more like 2010s, I'd say. And then, like, the first 3 to 4 years-ish is, like, 2000s, 2010s, or something like that. It's like early 2010s mixed with late 2000s, if you know what I mean. Especially 2010 and 2012, I'd say. Anyways, 2013. Yeah, this is the year where shit starts to go downhill, I'd say, safely. I was like 8 to 9 that year, but honestly, it felt kind of boring, especially in the second half. First half was better, I'd say. I went to Morocco that year, but I think I started going either 2012 or 2013. I don't remember. Actually, no, I think it's 2012, actually. In 2013, I went again. I also went to Lebanon that year. It was nice. I like it. What else did I do in 2013? Oh yeah, 2012 I went to Virginia. I kind of missed that. That was the only time I went to Virginia, by the way. 2013. I think it was either 2012 or 2013 where I got the 3DS originally. That was a big staple of my childhood, though. I grew up with that shit, basically. Yeah. What else in 2013? Oh yeah, Mario Bros. U released in 2012, but I never played it. Also, Luigi U released in 2013, but I never played it either. The Wii era, honestly, I would say ended around June 2012, in my opinion. And then July 2012 is the start of the Wii U era, I guess. The start of shit kind of modernizing, I guess. It goes full force in this year though, 2013, in my opinion. Oh yeah, GTA 5. GTA 5 releases in late 2013. I wasn't old enough at the time to play it though. You have to be 17 to play it. But I remember seeing the trailer for that shit. It was crazy. So yeah, that basically happened in 2013. Okay, now on to the last normal year in my opinion, 2014. This was the last full year before gay marriage got passed. That's why I say it's the last normal year. And what else? 2014, honestly, it was a simpler time compared to the second half, I'd say. It was less politically divided, in my opinion. Less of this political nonsense between Democrat and Republican crap. And what else? This was before woke and MAGA, I'd say. There, I said it. I don't care. What else in 2014? Trying to think. Oh yeah, Watch Dogs came out. I remember playing that game like, well, not when I was a kid. This was way after I was a kid, but I remember playing it this decade, but I don't know. It looks like a very cool game, though. Oh yeah, 2014, what else about it? I don't know, it just... Oh yeah, Boomerang. Old Boomerang. I forgot to mention that. I remember watching Boomerang in mid-2014. Before they did all that change and shit, you know? Getting rid of the old logo and shit. I didn't like that, honestly. That's just stupid, retarded. I don't know why they did that. What else? 2014. Oh yeah, Interstellar came out, but it was an alright movie. Oh yeah, 2012, The Dark Knight Rises comes out, my bad. I was about to cough, that's why. Oh yeah, there was also The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but that movie was fucking trash, I'll be honest. 2012, what else? Oh yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 1. Honestly, really underrated. I like that movie. I think it's better than Spider-Man 3 in my opinion, actually. Yeah, there, I said it. Spider-Man 3 is kind of bad, honestly. Yeah, that's before my time. I was like 2 years old when it came out. You know. I mean, then again, I think it's PG-13, so I couldn't even watch those movies, unfortunately, when I was younger. But I would say I was more influenced by Garfield than Tom Holland, though. Because I grew up in the 2010s, not the 2020s. Well, I mean, somewhat, if we count minorhood, I guess. What else in 2014? Oh yeah, Over the Garden Wall comes out. I really like that show. That was a good show. I would say, yeah, 2013 is probably the first full year where smartphones are basically taking over our lives, I'd say. It's really a shame, though, because I can recall a time when it wasn't like that, in a way. Yeah, something Gen Alpha could probably never understand. No offense, it's true, though. Gen Z is probably, like, one of the last gens to remember that kind of life. Especially like the very early part of Gen Z. Talking about late 90s, early 2000s. Like 1997 to 2002. They could probably recall it better than me, but I mean, I could recall some of it, but you know what I mean. Anyways, yeah, that's my little thoughts on the 2010 and 2014. I think they were good, honestly. Now, there was like a slight downfall in 2013. 2012, maybe 2014, I don't know. No, I'll say in 2013 it really went full force. I'll say 2013. That's when the downfall started, in my opinion. Now, what would I grade this period, in my opinion? Okay. I'll be honest here. The early 2010s are a 10 out of 10. I love that period. The 2013, 2014, like a 6 or a 7, I guess. So overall, I'll give this period like an 8.5 out of 10. It's really good, I would say. It's not that bad. It's pretty good. This is when the Blu-ray era started, in my opinion. And this was before Fortnite, actually, which makes it even better. There's still Golden Age Call of Duty from 2010 to 2012. It started in 2007, though. So it's kind of like a 2000s, 2010s kind of thing. But that's Gen Y culture right there. Unfortunately, it's not Gen Z culture. Gen Y is the Call of Duty generation, really. So yeah, I mean, maybe like, I'd say up to 1999 is Call of Duty, in my opinion. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's my thoughts on 2010 to 2014. Let me know your opinions on these years. Anyways, peace.